It has been a bit since we've returned home from our big trip. We traveled from Phoenix to Miami and then back, which we showed in the last few videos. But let me recap the adventures we experienced, which included stopping in 4 national parks. First stop on the trip was Saguaro National Park. Then we drove into New Mexico and visited White Sands National Park, followed by Carlsbad National Park. We visited many Starbucks driving across country and hit up a few Buc-ee's across Texas. It took us a few days to drive across Texas. We stopped in Dallas and took a JFK assassination history walking tour. And then, of course, stopped again at another Buc-ee's. Our next mini stop was in Vicksburg, Mississippi, where we toured Vicksburg Military National Park and learned about the battles that were fought here during the Civil War. Finally, we arrived to Florida. Our first night, we stayed at a farm through Harvest Host, where Piper saw chickens for the first time. We were able to enjoy a prolonged stay at Grayton Beach State Park in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, located in the Panhandle. We rode our bikes and walked on the beach and relaxed. Next, we stopped in the Orlando area, where we were able to hang out with one of my cousins. After this, we headed to Miami, where I met up with my mom and niece to enjoy a cruise through the Caribbean. We stopped at a few islands and had a great time, while Chris and Piper stayed back in Miami at a hotel for Chris to work and for Piper to play. Once Chris, Piper, and I rejoined each other, we explored Biscayne National Park, then the Everglades National Park, before making the long trek back to Phoenix, which we accomplished in 3 days. I was talking to my oldest nephew, and he wants to hike the Grand Canyon. I'm going to be doing this with him. So he and my mom will be coming out here in a few months for a visit. That means I need to start conditioning. Day 1 of conditioning for the Grand Canyon starts today. I'm at Deems Hills. I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like on the map. It's about 3 miles, but it's 76 outside. A wonderful day. Let's get started. Alright, got plenty of water, got my day pack on. Let's get this done. Alright, so here is the map of what I'm doing. I'm parked right here. I'm gonna walk this way and then I go up. I'm gonna come around, up. This is the way top of the hill. Then I come down the backside, come around on this purple line, and then back to the car. It's gonna be about 3 miles. So that's why we're hiking. Way top of the hill will be up there, and then I'm gonna come down the backside, crisscross, and then come back through. If you can see where those people are over there, that's where the trail comes out to end, and I walk through the park, and I'm parked right behind myself here. As an FYI side note, Chris and I both have full-time jobs, so we try to squeeze in travel and adventure making, which includes making these videos. That does take some time. So in real time, my mom and nephew have already visited and we've already hiked the Grand Canyon. But I wanted to share my experience with training for the hike because I'm a little proud of the fact that I did it. I'm in my late 40s and I only had about 3 to 3.5 months notice that this is what we were gonna do. But I did it, so here's my adventure.
All the vegetation and plants in our state look so cool to me. So along all of my hikes, I'm going to be stopping and looking at everything. A little side note is that I have hiked the Grand Canyon 3 times, so I know what I'm going to be getting into with my nephew. It's just been a very long time since I've been hiking. The last time I hiked the Grand Canyon was 8 years ago for Chris's 40th birthday. He and I hiked down to the bottom, camped out overnight at Bright Angel Campground, then hiked back up using a different trail. It was the end of June and incredibly hot.
Incline here, so I'll probably take a break halfway through, get some water, and then continue. I'm thinking I should have wore shorts today. It's 76 out, so it's in between weather, but it's also very windy, so maybe I'll still be okay with the pants on. In the Grand Canyon, even though I'm going in May and the weather will be pretty warm, I think I'm still going to wear pants just to keep the sun exposure off my legs. And it's going to get quite dirty there. So just getting my plan together for that. Look at the size of this cactus behind my shoulder. And I'm probably 40 yards away from it. Let's go up a little closer. Well, this is as far as the trail will let me get to it. I mean, there's nothing for comparison.
I like to stretch when I've done a mile into my hike.
Alright, so I'm at the point where I can continue right or left. I want to do the ridgeline because that's going to take me all the way to the top, and I'll come back down the end on the other side of the mountain and pick back up the circumference trail. This side of the trail is a little different. There's a little more grass over here. There's a lot of rock right now, but most of this isn't a lot of rock on this side. This is how the beginning of the trail is a lot of rock like this. That's a cool cactus. Here's that same smaller cactus. See, some of it broke down and broke off. It's laying here. It's been pretty big. And we are starting to turn around to the front side of the hills. You can see the park down here where all the soccer fields are. And then over there's the parking lot. Let me zoom in. Oh, nice breeze coming through. I'm a little sweaty. That feels nice. Let's finish this off. We made it. We're at the finish line. There's the hills behind me. And I'll turn around this way. There's the parking lot in front of me. So just the last little bit. Well, we did day 1 of hiking conditioning. I'm going to do some stretches, and I'm going to head back home. I'll explain a little bit more of my plan on how to condition myself. I do work out regularly. It's been about a week because we were traveling back from our Florida trip. So I started relifting weights yesterday, but I need to concentrate more on abs, strengthening my knee joints. And from this hike, I learned I also need to strengthen my ankles. So gotta come up with a plan with that. But it was good.
Well, that's it for now. See you in the next video where I'll still be training for the Grand Canyon hike. Remember to subscribe, like, leave comments, and share with friends. Take care.